And then that way you're not having all these volume spikes in the middle of a show, you know, which will make your life a lot better. Make sure you guys can see all that stuff. But yeah, oh, and then you also have tuner mode, which you just hold down the pedal. Well, you got to get out of browser mode, but you just hold down the toggle switch and you got tuner. And it's a really good one too. So let's go out of tune, come back in tune. Bam, see that? Bam, good tuner on there. You just press it to get out of it, and then you're back in. This is green, it's dual mode, and when it's orange, it's stomp mode. So you got green is dual mode, orange or red. Orange or red is stomp mode. Blue is setup mode, and then purple is browser mode. So, and then you also can hold it down for 3 seconds to do safe mode, or if you need to get to these alt features like the reverb, the threshold for the compressor, and threshold for the noise gate, you just press once, just one click. Oh, that's pretty much the whole functionality of the little pedal. And I know it's quite a few things you got to memorize there, but it's actually pretty intuitive. The mostly one thing you got to remember is between the 3 and the 6 seconds. 3 seconds is going to lock. 6 seconds is going to pretty much is going into setup mode. Setup mode is where you turn on and off things like you can switch modes. You can turn on and off the bass cabinets, and you can also change your input gain, pretty much input trim. And browser mode, you can change the presets. You know, browser mode, you press Alt and bypass, or Alt and the toggle at the same time. So you press and bam, it'd be purple, and then bam, you can flip through all three of your sounds there. You can also change their volume. So that's pretty much the whole function, the basic functionality of this pedal, in a nutshell, really quickly. Then on the software side of the game, when you download it, you install it. You could put it on iPhone and iPad as well, which is amazing. Like all of this, almost all this functionality is almost the same on the iPad and iPhone, which is crazy, like a crazy deal. And so, yeah, you can download all these sounds onto your iPad and iPhone and just be on there swapping out sounds in the middle of a show if you wanted to, or whatever it is you feel necessary to do. But when you're downloading the software and you're installing it, make sure you give it the mic access to the microphone on your laptop or your whatever device is asking, because you can't use the audio interface without that, and it won't make a sound, and you'll be trying to make captures like me for a little bit and be looking crazy like, why is it not working? So getting to the model section, we're not going and doing any models right now. And you can only download. Make sure you guys understand that you gotta, if you want to download those sounds, because it took me a while to figure that out too. You want to download those sounds, you gotta do it from the home screen. Press home, then press tone net, and then you can press bass if you want to, or whatever other filter you want to add on there. 410s or 112, 810s, and whatever filter you want to put on there, and get the results and click it. Press download there in the middle of the screen. You know, download, bam, it'll do that. Load tone model. Now it's downloaded just that quick. So that is so useful and amazing. You know, if you want to make your own tone captures, come here to the modeler. Press bass, because this is all bass creations. Effects, tutorials, demos, and review. Hit subscribe, like, and share. Let's go. Pick what type of rig you want to do. Like I told you, it'll do your amp and your cabinet at the same time, and it'll model them separately, which is bananas. I mean, that's time saving within itself. but it'll give you a model of the head and a model and the IR of the cabinet, which is, and it'll give you dual IRs too, because there's two microphones, up to two microphones you can use on the cabinet, which is bananas. Then you got your, it can also do stomp boxes, so it can only do fuzz, overdrive, distortion, and EQs and preamps. What it cannot do, okay, it cannot do, it can't do, it can't do compressors or time-based effects like modulations, delays. It can't do reverbs. It can't just like model any old effect. They just say stomp boxes just so they don't have to explain. And if you ask them or you go look into it, it'll tell you it's a whole bunch of. It tell you right there on the screen what you can. You can't no time based, phase based effects like rada rada rada. No pitch shifters. No chorus phasers, tremolos, no none of that stuff. Only distortions, overdrives, fuzzes, um, amps, bass cabinets, and preamps in EQs. And I think that's it. So, but that's a lot though. Like that's you making your own custom multi effects rig. Like that's crazy. Like this is literally crazy because you already got a built-in compressor, noise gate. You know what I'm saying? And you can make your own amping head. You can put your own amp head and cabinet in there, and your own stomp boxes or combinations of the joints. So you ain't even gotta switch them all on. All you gotta do is switch the preset, and all these joints that come on, cause it's already in the signal chain. Bam. And that is amazing. You can do the amp head by itself. So for best results, I like to do. I really would prefer to do the cabinet by itself, but they don't really. It don't look like they got an option for that per se. But the cabinet by itself would be amazing because you got the amp by. That means you can get really high quality with it. But I guess a lot of the detail needs to go into the head and the stomp box side of it, and they can get a decent amount of. They can do the IRs from the cabinets relatively easily. So it looks like it spends most of the process getting the stomp box and the preamps and heads and stuff together. Um, but yeah, so you click on that, and then it gives you what you need to do. You need three inputs and three outputs to do a amp and cabinet. All right, but if you only got a two in and two out, like a medium, little small size audio interface, because you can use any audio interface. You don't have to have a reamp box. They only tell you that, but you get the best results with that. But you don't have to have that. I did mine with a Zoom L12, and I used a CAD mic with a CAD D10 kick mic from this drum kit, and I use a CAD GXL 2200 large condenser mic closer to the tweeter. Excuse me, and then mix the two, right? So if you're just doing a stomp box or amp model, you don't need. You still need three outputs. I don't even know why they tell you need two outputs. You need three outputs because it won't let you select the same one, But maybe I wonder if it'll let you roll with it that way. Let me see. 8 and 4. That's just two inputs, two outputs, and will it let me rock? No, it won't. You gonna have to assign this to something. So you need three. You need three outputs, two inputs. For that, what about this? Same thing. Yep. So you need pretty much a 3x3 audio interface. Yep. You need 3x3 audio interface. You'll check your line level.